Hello? What the heck? Hey, Tidders. For some reason, my OBS chat has decided that it prefers your chat to mine. So give me a second. That's really weird. Docs. Chat. Ah, there we go. Now it's my chat. Um, I'm feeling much better, thanks. Which is good because Mum Squig turned up with 2 slices of chocolate cake that needed eating. Because it's so hot round here that the frosting was melting and they were sort of collapsing in on themselves. It's like a scene from House of Wax. It's an old movie, in case you've not heard of it, Tidders. 20 degrees, down to 7 tomorrow. Yeah, it's, what is it now here? It's 22 at the minute here. And apparently we're going down to 7 tomorrow as well. Hello, Grox. How you doing, friend? More or less okay. Still doing work stuff. Oh gosh. Evening, Rocket. How you doing? I hope the work stuff goes quickly for you, Grox, and that it isn't too heavy. Cause I think you're an hour ahead of us. Hey there, Nurgling. How you doing? It's been a week. I'm sorry to hear that, Rocket. I hope things are settling down. Vimeo video uploads to YouTube. Ah, that's not so bad, I guess. How's everyone? I'm sorry to hear that, Nurgling. It sounds like everyone's having a bit of a rough day today. I'm just getting my paintbrush sorted. Hey, Tempest, how you doing? I'm okay. I'm feeling much better now. The magic minty chalk pellets that Slow gave me did their trick, and now my stomach doesn't hurt anymore, which is nice. Oh, that's very exciting, Tidders. Can't wait to see it varnished. It looked ever so nice painted. You've done a lovely job on it. Hey, Eagle, how you doing? A new hat. Awesome. Got a new hand drill. Oh, so there's new things too. That's good. What kind of hand drill is it, Tempest? Is it a Citadel one or is it a different brand? Or are we talking like a big hand drill? Did you shop second hand in the end, Tidders, or did you get actual new boots? Hey everybody, I figured I may as well start seeing as we're all chatting. And you might notice something a little different today. The camera's in a slightly different position. I say slightly because normally there's 2 boom arms where my microphone is, and now one of them is on the other side of me. Because literally 10 minutes before I started this stream, I decided it was a good idea to see if I could make my desk fit a bit more comfortably with everything on it if I just stuck one of the boom arms over here instead. Which was a clever idea, but maybe not with only 10 minutes left before my stream was due to start. Cheapest of Amazon for new. Oh, okay, cool. $7.99. That's not bad. I mean, these, my Platos, I'll put them here. These are basically, if you've ever heard of God hand snips, these are basically knockoff God hands. They are just as good as the God hands. They cost me £2 from Wish. You can get some pretty good stuff for cheap if you look in the right places and, you know, cross your fingers and hope for the best. So I hope you and your shiny new hand drill have many happy drills together. Oh, thank you, Nurgling. Porthos has taken to being camera shy. So he's actually on his bed at the minute, but I guarantee if I switch to Porthos cam, he'll just get up and leave. Because he does it every time at the minute. He's right moody. Ooh, that sounds like a nice idea, Rocket. I mean, I've had pizza for my last 2 actual meals, and it's made me really poorly because I'm not supposed to eat that much pizza. But pizza's nice. Okay, so her cloak is done. Her dress is done except for the 2 arms that aren't glued on yet. So I'm planning on gluing her arms on today and finishing the base coat on this one because it's feckin' tiny. But in the meantime, we've got the face. The bit I am the most scared of doing, which is why I've left it till last. And the hair. And I decided that we would make the Archivist a redhead. So I'm going to start with Doomball Brown and then use Pure Red as like a top coat, as it were. Frankly, because these are the only 2 red-like colours I have. I really need to order some paint, because I've got fuck tons of paint, but it's all like fluorescent, or glow-in-the-dark, or colour shift, or metallic. And then I've got some old paints that have been put in dropper bottles. And I've got my eye on some boxes of paints, but paint is surprisingly expensive. And because of some expenses that have gone out this month that we weren't expecting, for those that don't know, our fridge died. At the very end of last week, just beginning of this week. So we've had to buy a new fridge. Which we weren't expecting to have to do for at least another year or 2. Hey, Dammy, how you doing? And thank you for the RIP for the fridge. Oh, jeez. Did you see that then? There was a blockage in the tube. So now there is red everywhere. That's a lot of red. Just gonna... Thanks, Rocket. I do like that emote. It's a wicked emote. So just to avoid that happening in future, gonna give it a little poke before I put the lid back on. Make sure there's nothing still blocking it. Because I have actually got red on the palette sponge underneath the paper because of the way that spurted out. Shit. It wasn't a new fridge, Tempest. It was. We bought it when we moved in. So when we moved into this place, it had a fully integrated kitchen. Correction. When we bought this place, it had a fully integrated kitchen. So it had got a fridge, a freezer, oven, and a separate cooktop with an extractor fan hood. Not long after we moved in, the boiler exploded, and then shortly after the boiler exploded and we replaced that, and I mean very nearly literally when I say exploded, I'm not taking the piss there. It took out the electrics around us and everything, it was great. I mean, it was the middle of winter. But shortly after that happened, the oven broke irreparably. And when we moved in, having, already signed all the paperwork and said we were happy with the state of the house and everything, we moved in, and the first day we were here, there was a little sticker on the front of the fridge door that said, "Fridge broken, spare one out back," with a little smiley face at the end. It had been fucking broken before we moved in. So we had to buy an under-counter fridge to replace it. Ooh. Oh dear. This is quite thick. Hey, Duke, how you doing? Yeah, so we've had that fridge for about 5 years now, because we've been here about 5 years. So it doesn't owe us owed. But, yeah, we still weren't expecting to have to buy a new one quite that soon. You can normally get like a decade out of a fridge. Isn't that fraud? See, the thing is, we said we were happy with the property in the state it was in. So you could argue, and they would have probably argued, that it was on us for not coming and checking the property out one last time before we signed on the line. But there you go. It's one of them things, innit? It's our first house. We didn't know what we were doing, really. We tried, but no plan survives contact with the enemy. Yeah, some of the things they did to this place, Rocket, it's just like, Slow and I still laugh about it. Hey, DMAC, how you doing? Yes, the property market. Fucking wondrous thing, isn't it? This brush may be a little bit too big for this job, actually. I'm going to go with the insane detail. I was using the detail brush before. But her hair is so fine that really I need something a little bit more pointed. Yeah, basically, Dammy, that's how it works. The second you say, yeah, that's fine, anything that's been hidden is your problem. It's really shit. And because we've never exactly been that flush, we were very, very lucky to get on the property market when we did, and it was with no small amount of help from our family. We had to take the place that we could get at the time. We weren't in a position where we could wait around. We were being evicted from the place we were renting. Not because we'd done out wrong, just because the landlord had decided he wanted to sell the property. So we were on a deadline, and this was the only place we could afford. And, in spite of the fact that this place has some serious issues, I am glad I'm not renting anymore, because it's soul destroying. Definitely Eagle. And yes, Tidders. I think Alab is another one for the acronym list. Definitely. This sounds like it's from the Avengers. I don't know. If DMAC became a landlord, I think he would be a good landlord because he's just one of those people that deliberately bucks trends. A benevolent king. Yeah, that works. Hey, RNG, how you doing? This is definitely from Avengers. Oh, as much as, I've been fucking about with my setup since I finished work at 5, I haven't yet had time to do the one thing I wanted to do before this stream, which was put some of the chatbot commands into the new Stream Deck so that when I go, this sounds like it's from Avengers, I can check for my fucking self instead of having to ask you lot. Is it Alan Silvestri that does this? He's good song. Well, good track. Ooh, okay. This is going to be a little difficult, so she's just going to disappear off the camera for a second and appear on this camera instead. Is that hair, or is it part of her outfit? I think it's hair. Well, that's just fucking awkward, isn't it? Bollocks. Okay. So she's got a little bit of hair that comes out of her hood on this side. You see where I'm painting? And comes all the way down to her boob. And I thought it was part of the cape. I'm waiting for Captain Britain. Oh dear. Good old Captain Britain. Doesn't he drive a Mini Cooper? Her single boob, yes. It does look a bit like a monoboob, doesn't it? Because of the way the tabard is sitting. But it's okay, Twitch. Don't ban me. She's dressed. She's fully clothed. Unlike many of the other ones that I bought from this company. Don't tase me, bro. It is Rocket. And was I being an old fart? What did I do? Is it from the company that makes those thick ass minis? Yes. Is that an old thing? Is that really an old thing? Am I really that old? It doesn't feel that old. Fuck, really? Shit, I am that old. Damn. Well, stream's over. I'm having an existential crisis now. Yes, Eagle, I'm nearly 30. Thank you for reminding me. Ugh, Jesus. Don't let it set in. I'll try. Oh, okay, no. I have laughed and been horrified so much that there are tears in my eyes. Bloody youth's making me cry. Oh, big hugs, Rocket. Approaching 30 crew unite, but slowly because our backs hurt. Oh, 07. Oh, fuck, that's worse. That's worse. Ah. At least you got that reference, though, Tidders. Okay. We got any more hair? A little tiny bit in there. You know, I think the Dimple Brown on its own is actually a very nice sort of redhead colour. Oh, mood, Grox. My knees are fucking shot. If I can go for 2 days without having to wear a knee brace, it's a miraculous week. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I love that guy. We're fab. Like, if you want to learn a lesson from a meme, learn from the Numa Numa guy and dance like nobody's fucking watching. Oh, I remember at secondary school there was a lad in my year group that was always fucking singing this. I mean, badly, because he barely spoke English. He was English. Very much a Corbin Dallas, I only speak English and bad English kind of situation. But yeah, he just really liked it, so he annoyed everybody else with it. Uh, yes, Tidders. Early 90s, not early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. I know you were trying to be sarky there, but yes, yes, it was. Oh, piss off, D-Mac. If I wanted an old meme, I'd look in the mirror. Fucking mood, mate. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's actually a spot on her face, just there, where there's no paint at all. I'm good at this, you see. This is a really good song. I know it got a lot of shit because of the meme, and, like, fuck, even before the meme, to be fair. It was used as a way to annoy people, but it's such a cheerful song. I have no idea what he's singing about, but it feels cheerful. God, I hope this isn't like the Lightning Seeds. Yeah, it was. It was early noughties. Damn me. It does kind of have the same energy as Gangnam Style, doesn't it? And I really like Gangnam Style, for the record. I think Psy is a very, very good musician. Yeah, exactly, Tidders. Like, the Lightning Seeds, for those that don't know, are a band that are particularly good at um, performing very cheerful sounding songs that are usually about something very, very dark. And if you're not listening to the lyrics, um, yeah, it can be a bit when you realise. There we go. Okay. I am going to try and put a flesh tone on her face just so that I can differentiate things a little bit. And then I've got to decide if I want to go back in with the Psycho to refill in her glasses frames, or if I want to try and avoid the glasses frames with the flesh tone. Either way, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. For this lovely lady, we'll be using Terran Flesh. It is indeed The Who. Which I'm okay with, because I fucking love The Who. Bloody hell, Grox. Nice one. Well done. Just a little bit of Terran Flesh. Not like the red. I'm going to spit it everywhere. So I don't have that many flesh tones, so I probably should conserve them. That's my detail brush. I want me insane again. Because of the small surface area I've got to work with here, I'll be using the insane detail for most of today. The Last Stand by Sabaton. It's very Christian. Oh, wow. Okie doke, Dammy. Mongolia rules. Yeah. Yeah, Born in the USA is about the Vietnam War. Gonna get me water there. Because this paint's quite thin, but the flesh tone seems to be the thickest one out of the lot. Has anybody in chat listened to Bloodywood before? Thick fleshy tones, indeed it is. Oh no! No, no, no. Shit. Bugger. Get off. Okay. Know the name, never listened. I quite like him. I honestly think it's really nice that, thanks to the internet, metal other than just like Western metal is getting seen and heard by people in the West and around the world. Because the themes may be similar, but the world it's come from is different. The sensibilities are different. The things they sing about are generally different as well. And I think it's quite nice that you can get that different kind of perspective thanks to, as much as I hate to admit it, websites like YouTube and apps like Spotify. YouTube's still shit for creators, though. You watch the VOD for this episode get taken down now. So I switched to the Psycho, by the way, so that I can paint her chin. Without getting it all over her collar. I mean, I probably still will, but at least it'll be less. Or at least that's the way I'm looking at it. Fair enough, Dammy. I did wonder what I'd said that had caused the phrasing alert. Timed perfectly with the end of the last track, so I couldn't hear any music. Um... Anyone here looking moving to a different country by any chance? Slow and I have looked into it in the past, but we're kind of stuck in the UK, unfortunately. But given the choice, I'd either move to New Zealand or Scotland, which seems like climate whiplash, but I have my reasons. Yeah, that's part of my problem as well, Tidders. But also, a lot of places won't take uh, immigrants. Is that the right word? Emigrants? Migrants. Unless they've got a job lined up and they've got a certain amount of capital and they've got qualifications or experience in specific areas. And frankly, I never seem to have the right qualifications at the right time. Ah, bugger. Just mop that flesh tone up there. Or not. Come on. Takes UK and US trans people as refugees. Wow. That's I don't use that word DMAC because it's bullshit. Scotland is a bad choice and New Zealand is a bit close to Australia. Why is Scotland a bad choice? And what's wrong with New Zealand being a bit close to Australia? I'm genuinely intrigued. Full of Scottish people. I don't know. Most of the ones I've spoke to or met have been perfectly lovely. Ah, you see, DMAC gets away with it because he's Scottish. But like I say, all the Scottish people I've met have been perfectly lovely.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
It feels really weird just sort of gently caressing the side of her face with my paintbrush to try and make it flesh coloured. Ah, I see what you're saying, DMAC. Just noticed a bit of grey inside her collar. This cannot stand. There we go. That should be alright. Have family in Scotland. Yeah, fair enough. If the mini asks you out for a date, don't be surprised. Yeah, it'd be my own fault. I think we're about there. I can't see any bits of her face that don't have paint on, which is kind of what I was aiming for. I'm just gonna give the other side of her face a little caress as well. Looks nice, at least for the most part. Just a lot more sectarian violence, knife crime, Meow fridge. Yeah, yes. I have heard that before, DMAC. But I've frankly lived most of my life in the disenfranchised parts of the Midlands. Uh, so I am depressingly used to that kind of shit. Is that actually. Oh no, that's. It's shiny, but it's dry. Gonna have to do this the other way. There we go. Got it off. Right. She has a face. Just the bits no one pays attention to. Like the entire north. Yeah, exactly. Nice night sky and free parking if you can find it. Welcome back, Rocket. Oh yeah, haze is terrible for it, Dammy. I've got a mate that still lives that neck of the woods. It's it's bad. You're talking about crime, don't go to Milan. Is Milan bad for it then, Rocket? See, I know a little bit about crime statistics from when I was at uni. Some crazy person with a pickaxe years back. Fuck. Sheffield up is the capital N North. It really fucking is as well. Like it's all caps on the signs and everything. It's like they're trying to warn you not to go over the border. Or in Slow's case, trying to warn you to get out of the car before you've crossed the border and you can't understand anyone you're in the vehicle with anymore. Because it's like a switch for me and Mumsquig. The second we cross the border into the north, into what is demarked as the north. Indeed, Tidders. Right, so now she's got a layer on her face and I can actually see what her face is. Did I hear Slow come upstairs? I did. Slow? Would you mind feeding Porthos for me?
Your name was spoken, but you weren't being spoken to, lad.
Sorry, folks.
Come.
I'm trying to feed Porthos a little bit later in the evening. Because with the temperature being how it is at the minute, he'll make himself really poorly otherwise. Oh, that's a good idea, Zatheo. Oh, you bugger. Oh. Oh, and I'm sorry if anybody heard my my shoulder click, because it's right next to my microphone then. I'm sorry about that. But if you did, please note that was a very satisfying click. It felt good. Yeah, so now she's got a layer on her face. I'm gonna get a little bit of the red and I'm gonna water it down. I've got way too much red on there for what I'm gonna do with it. It's kind of embarrassing. And I'm desperately going to attempt to highlight her hair. Layer on her face. Well, don't kink shame. Doing nothing of the sort, Theo. If she likes having a layer on her face, that's alright by me. So because I've only got the two reds, what I've done is taken a watered down version of the red, and just put some like little highlights in places. And then I'm going to use the unwatered down version to make proper highlights. But I'm also mixing a little bit of the Doom Ball in with the red so that I can fill in some shade, for want of a better description. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of the leather brown that I used last week that's still wet on the palette and mix that in with my watered down red to make a shadow. Because hair is fun, because it's lots of different colours. Like my natural hair colour, there's about 8 different kind of colours in there. I have very Eastern European hair though. I know this because I have to go to like Eastern European shops to get wigs if I'm trying to colour match with my natural hair for cosplay. Which is weird, gotta admit. I suppose it's nice to have a bit of my heritage though, isn't it? Oh geez, the Theo. I bet. That must have been terrifying. I freak out at the slightest sound that might be my computer. Oh gosh, Rocket. That does not sound fun. It's better. And there's like little kinks in her hair there, so I'm just going to make that a little bit darker. Bit of water. That's better. Yeah, hair is fun because there's lots of different shades and tones in it. And depending on how it catches the light, it can have other colours in it too. But on a miniature like this, it's a bit scary, gotta admit. Because you ain't got a lot of space to work with to get that kind of detail in. So you just gotta do your best. And make it look how you want it to look. Like that bit of red there is a bit too red, so that's a bit better. Oh, fab titters! Congratulations. I can see a tiny bit of grey right at the back of her head. That's going to bug me. Like, it's something that you wouldn't notice unless you were looking at it directly, which, frankly, I'm not likely to be once she's painted, but I'll know. I don't think I have a nameplate in game, Tidders, so. There we go. That'll do. I have not done anything fancy with her hair, but I think it will do quite nicely for what I'm after. There we go. I suppose I should do a face now. This is going to be difficult. Okay. Just gonna have a. Ooh. Ooh. Are we on to my music? Or has somebody requested the midnight? So I'm going to use a little bit of Rakarth flesh. Because she's quite fleshy at the moment. And I think she needs to be a little bit paler. Paler? Paler. There we go. That's the word. Ugh. Ugh. Give that a clean first. Ah! What did you try to add, Dammy? So I'm going to take a little bit of the Terran flesh and a really little bit of the Rakarth flesh and just mix them together. And I think I'll actually try mixing in a tiny bit of spaceship exterior as well. I basically just want to have like a paler flesh tone that I can use to like, highlight the bridge of her nose and a few other key areas. Just to give her face a bit of depth.
Hey Max, want to pet the unicorn?
No thanks. I took care of
I
that before
see,
we left
Danny.
the office.
Oh, thank you very much for the host bread. How are you doing today? There we go. She's got a patch on her side that wasn't covered. Oh, DMAC, I've just seen what you've added to the queue. Nice choice. I really like the Catherine soundtrack. I'm a big fan of Shoji Meguro, so that helps. Ah, I see, Demi. Well, the thing is, if you run out of song requests, I've got, I think, something like 6 hours worth of music in the standard playlist. which is just music that I would listen to whilst I'm painting if I'm painting on my own. So you don't need to worry about adding stuff to the jukebox. Unless there's something you want to add. In which case, by all means, add away. I feel like every time I look at her face, I find another bit that's not painted when I expected it to be. There we go. Oh, good choice, Tidders. Do we think this Archivist is a rouge wearer? Or a lipstick wearer? What do we think? Should I give her a little bit of makeup? Oh no, go for it, Dammy. If you've got a story to tell, feel free to share it. Both. Lipstick would probably stand out better, though. How about... I think she's... I think she's got quite muted tones, kind of, for her makeup. So maybe a chaotic red for her lips. And then a little bit of blush on her cheeks. Ooh. Try not to punch the camera. Oh boy, I hope that's mixed properly. I haven't done any makeup since my job interview for the job that I now do. It's too much like hard work. I'm just really lazy. Oh yeah, that ain't mixed at all. Somebody needs a much harder shake. Excuse me a second, folks. Are you mixed now? Oh, that's better. Much better already. This is a good track. I did think it was Linkin Park to begin with, or like a Linkin Park mashup, but it's not, is it? Just catching in little bits of her face where it looks like the paint's not gone on quite so smoothly as I'm going round. channeling my hero for a second here. There's no rules here. No right or wrong way to do anything. It's the way that works for you. And that's the way that works for other people. All of the ways that work for other people. She's got pursed lips at the moment. I'm going to see if I can get a thin line. So she looks a little bit less like a geisha and a little bit more like her art card. Oops. My bristles split then. Second order. Oh, that's fab, Dammy. Good on your sister. Good sister you got there. Been a CISM for a week today. Any superpowers yet? No superpowers yet. But I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I texted my boss when I found out and was just like, I know I'm off today and for the rest of the week, but my certification came through, and he texted me back almost immediately to tell me well done, which I was quite surprised by. I thought he was just going to not say anything until I came back to work. There we go. Finally. It looks like she's pulling a bit of a smug face now, but I don't know. I've got to touch up where that's too much. There we go. Perfect. Well, I say perfect. I think she looks alright. Oh, thank you, Demi. Okay. That brown is actually a little bit too finicky for what I want to do. I need whole black. Ugh. You can tell the weather's been funny around here because all my paints have gone weird. Dinner child, bloody needed it. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, Rocket. Did you have pizza? I'm super nervous about doing her glasses. A few slices. Burger and chips, very nice. Oh, this is not going to go well. This is going to be really awkward. I'm going to go back in with the flesh tone. Now I think I'm going to have to have a proper look in a second. Oh no, I thought maybe her glasses were like half frames, but they're not. I don't think. I might do them as half frames if I can get away with it. Well, here's a track I haven't thought about in a while. Who put this one in? try and correct her eyebrows. Oh, bugger. I overcorrected her eyebrows. I said I was going to finish this on stream today. I ain't gonna. Oh, hey Cyborg, how you doing? Right, give me a second, folks. There we go. Where's my white? I'm going to do the really difficult bit now. I want that one. If I can get it. Had a nice shower and now I have Pringles and chocolate. Ooh, what kind of Pringles? Cyborg. Ah! Dropped it. Curse my stubby fingers. There we go. Got a bit of Nova White to do her prawn cocktail. I didn't know they did prawn cocktail flavour Pringles. Okay, that's just a mess. Look at that. Ugh. Let's give that a clean. Tastes a bit sharper than Walker's. Oh, okay. Hello, Dammy. What would you like me to say? Is this because I was singing along to the song rather than singing along? Because I didn't want to put you lot through that. Sound doubly. Have you perhaps accidentally opened a second browser window with me in? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do something very, very daft. I'm gonna give her green eyes. What could possibly go wrong? Ow! That was my cabinet with my minis in it. I didn't give her any rouge, did I? Had the song list open, but it had you playing twice. That is very odd. I can imagine it was quite trippy. Okay, I just looked up and saw Skrillex, and now I'm a little nervous. Is this Hiki? I'm just gonna... It is! It's Hiki! She did a track with Skrillex? I don't know how to feel about this. Hey, Modhail, how you doing? No, I haven't, Dammy. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 either. Or... fucking 1.25 or whatever it is. I've played Kingdom Hearts, and that's it. That was enough for me. There didn't need to be any more. Controversial opinion there, but I think they should have done a second World Ends With You instead of more Kingdom Hearts. Each to their own. I really enjoyed the original Kingdom Hearts, but there are so many videos about how to catch up on the lore of Kingdom Hearts that I'm just completely put off of playing the rest of them now. Because you shouldn't have to read a fucking 16,000 page long guidebook to be able to understand what's gone off between Game 1 and Game 2. Aren't they doing a second TOEI anyway? They are now. So, the guy behind Kingdom Hearts and TOEI wanted to do a second one ages ago. And Squeenix went, nah, Kingdom Hearts makes more money. Make us more Kingdom Hearts. And then they did the announcement for the TOEI animation, which I still haven't watched. And all the fans thought it was going to be TOEI 2. And it fucking wasn't, and we were all livid, but also very excited because TOEI got an anime. But yeah, we're finally going to get the second one that we've been waiting for fucking years. I will probably play The World Ends With You at some point on stream because I've got the Switch version. Which isn't as good as the DS version in my opinion. But it's still a good game. Really good story. Yeah. Sorry for that little tangent there. The World Ends With You is one of my favourite games, for the record, which is why I get so passionate about it. Yes, I know, Dammy. I deliberately didn't mention that bit. Because that really pissed the fans off. So it's just like... well, this is weird. And thank you, Tidders. Doesn't technically count as spoilers because they announced it when they announced the game as a way of trying to stop the TOEI fans from getting pissed off at them. It didn't work. We were just like, but you put him in that game. Why can't you just give him his own? Poor Neku. I hate doing this. Absolutely hate doing this. Do I have... I do. I'm going to try it a different way and see if this works any better. Yeah, the whole World Ends With You, Kingdom Hearts thing is a thing. Nope, that's too thick. I'm going to have to do it with the brush. Bollocks. Okay, Hobbs. Time for steady hands. That was not a fucking steady hand. Ugh. But it's worked out quite well. See if I can... I don't know if you can see that very clearly. But she's got one pupil. And all I've got to do is make sure that her other one goes off to the same side so that it looks like she's looking, like she's trying to remember something, or rather than ending up looking like she's looking in two directions at once. There we go. That's not too bad. I want to get some shading into her skin now, though. Don't know if I can... No, I can't. I just end up putting it at a dodgy angle. That's a shame. I was hoping I could show you a front on, but... yeah. She actually looks a bit like she's going at the minute. Which kind of works, I guess. Right. There's Mirakar's flesh. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. It's not really cheating, but I'm gonna use a flesh wash that I've got back here. Going where? Did I say something about going somewhere? Genuinely confused now. Okay. This is either going to work or it's not. Fingers crossed it works. Pop the ball. Boop. I said pop the bubble. Damn it. Oh, I pulled a silly face on camera. She looks a little bit like she's pulling some sort of meme face at the minute, because her lips are sort of fair enough to this. Yeah, her lips are sort of skewed off to one side, so it looks like she's pulling a bit of a cheeky face. Okay, who's deliberately appealing to me? Yeah, exactly, Dammy. It's a pain in the arse. Um, if you want all of the lore, it is impossible to do as a Westerner because there are some games that aren't, as far as I understand, still available in English. I think the mobile game might be one of them. I've actually got too much of the flesh wash for what I'm doing, but well. You get quite a lot in the bottle. Should be alright. So, who added this? It was Cyborg. Cyborg, well done. Now, question is, did you remember from last week that I'm a massive Susumu fan? Or do you just really like this track? Did come out in all the games are now out here. Ah, okay, so that's not so bad. It's not quite Fate Stay Night levels of, oh my god, where do I start anymore. That's nice. Okay, so I'm now going to take just the red, the bright red, a tiny bit of the flesh tone, and I've really watered the red down. A little bit more flesh tone, I think, to make a blush for her cheeks. Yeah, that works. And I don't want too much because I don't want her to look like she's really flushed or like she's been hit with a paintball. Just gonna put a little bit on her cheeks. There we go. I think she could do with a tiny bit of highlighting, maybe. Do that first. Oh, I've got some of the flesh tone in her hair. Bugger. Put the highlights back into her hair where I've just had to put the brown on it again. Command and Conquer timeline. Fucking yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels, Cyborg. Hotline Miami is more comprehensible than Kingdom Hearts. Isn't Hotline Miami basically a drug-fueled rampage? Okay. She has a face! You know what that means? Other than a couple of little details here that I've got to do now, the main body is done. Which means I've now got to stick her arms on. And, I raise you the life on Mars, ashes to ashes time. To be honest with you, once you've seen it, Cyborg, that's not so bad. She has a face? I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope she feels better soon. Look, my painting's not that bad, is it? I think she looks okay. There we go. Looks good. Okay. That's good. Because I was beginning to worry that I'd just deluded myself into thinking she looked like a human being then. So, I've got these two little bits now. And then she's done. Holy shit. I've been painting her for what? 2, 3 weeks? I think 3. I think this is the 3rd, maybe the 4th. Let's get a nice gold. Oh! Oh shit! Who's uttering spoilers now? Why do we have to keep beseeching the Great Bear? Scares the shit out of me every fucking time. Yeah, fair motto. Space! Yes. This is a Rammstein cover! This is a reggae Rammstein cover. That's fucking rad! I did not know such a thing existed. Oh yeah, on the list of bands that I would gladly go and see live again, Rammstein. I got to see them at Download a few years back and oh my fucking god, they were amazing. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but their showmanship is second to fucking none. Really well coordinated, really cleverly put together set. Am I feeling crazy enough to try and paint over her glasses frames with gold? Thereby running the risk of completely destroying all the work I've just done on her face. That's a lot of yeses. Okay. I think that looks quite nice. A little bit of gold on the grey. Stands out from the silver. Silver? Yeah, it stands out from the grey more than silver would. How many different versions of this song are there now? And for those that have played Kingdom Hearts, do you have a favourite? Because I do. Oh, there's more than two, Dammy. There's definitely more than two. Taking into consideration remixes and the like, way more than two. I own at least 4. Just found out that Mumborg often gives the guy I buy my cosplay supplies from a free sausage roll when he comes in to drop off EVA foam and the cosplay supplies. Aww, Mumborg's so sweet. I do like Mumborg. Mumborg's lovely. And she has a brilliant Sunborg. Oh, no, Cyborg, I was talking about you, you prat. Oh, good choice, Modhail. Okay, there we go. That looks quite nice, I think. Okay. You said I should do it. I'm gonna do it. And immediately get it on her face. Fabulous. I did it. She now has gold framed glasses. And a little bit of glitter on her cheek. Because it's the herpes of craft supplies. There we go. What have we got here? Let's make her tools gold as well. She's got some tools in her bag. She's got a little canister there. I think her canister should be silver. I'm doing all these little bits before I get onto her arms because I don't know what's going to get covered up. Oh, hey Bones, how you doing? Thank you very much. I'm shaking quite a fair bit, so I'm surprised this is going as well as it is. So for the little water canister, I'm going to use scale colour thrash metal. I fucking love scale colours, metal colours, because every single one of them is named after a different kind of music. And I just really love that commitment to a theme. Like, of course, the darkest one is called black metal. But like, here, prime example, because this one's the next closest one to me. Speed metal, which is spelt wrong. Speed metal. Is very solid naming convention. Makes me very happy. And I could probably do like non-metallic metals on here as my hobby's first non-metallic metal, but the areas that are metallic are so tiny, it seems like a bad place to start. Scale colour have good metal colours, I like them too. P3 have nice metals too, but I find them somewhat thick and gloopy. Yeah, Scale are actually my favourite paint brand so far. And they've got... this is going to sound super creepy. They've got a series called Velvet Flesh, which is just loads of different matte flesh tones, and I want them. They look so pretty. And as previously mentioned, I do need to sort of expand my paint range, especially now that I'm painting more diverse miniatures. Because I actually don't really have that many flesh tones. I certainly don't have the right ones to build up a proper sort of flesh look. I'm kind of muddling through with what I've got, which I suppose is probably beneficial to some folk. Right, so she's got a little scroll. That's too much white. There we go. She's got a little scroll here. So I'm going to paint that white. And apparently get it on my tools next to the scroll too. But that's fine. We'll fix that in a minute. And then let's go back to the gold for her tools, I think. There we go. Oh, and we've got a little buckle there as well on her bag. Yes. There we go. I think she's looking pretty good. Whew. So, now I've got these two little bits left to do, and then she's done. Except for her base. Might do something pretty with her base, I haven't decided yet. And I'm trying to decide if I want to try and base coat the rest of this piece in my hand like this, or if I want to base coat it once it's on the miniature. Either way, a little unnerving. In fact, fuck it, I think I'll just do it in my hand now. Tidders, are you still there? Because if you are, this is bloody wood. So I know you said you'd heard the name but hadn't actually heard them before. See, the reason I was tossing up the idea of painting this once it's on her is because it's so bloody small that I've actually painted it twice already, and I keep rubbing the bloody base coat off when I pick it up. Where are my tweezers? Because they'd be useful right about now. Tweezers. Many uses. Including holding tiny parts while you paint them. Hey Hans, how you doing? Are you enjoying Evil Genius too? I really enjoyed watching your stream of it yesterday. Oh, I dropped it! 5 Mile outro, yeah. Unfortunately. I'm gonna drop it again. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching your stream of Evil Genius 2 yesterday, Hans. I'm sorry I couldn't stick around. On the note of the broken fridge from earlier, I'd gotten some meat out of our freezer for us to have for tea, so that we could still have a decent meal in spite of not having a fridge. And because we had a flash heat wave yesterday, the meat went bad in the afternoon, and I had to go to the shops to buy frozen food so we had something to eat. And for the record, I got paid today, so it was literally the worst time for us to not have any food. Okay, I'm gonna just skip the end of the track, if it'll let me. There we go. Because as much as, you know, happy to plug them, I don't think folks want to listen to the talking. There we go. That's going to be fun to attach. So there's a little indent on her knee there. Don't know if you can see it. Found a clip version. Awesome. But that's where her book rests. So, if I'm not mistaken, have I got that the right way around? Yeah. Oops. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Because the contact point for... unless... No, that's not right. Because of the way her fingers are pointing. Yeah. It just doesn't fit as snugly as it should. So it's supposed to fit somewhat like that. But it doesn't. Uh-oh. This could be a problem. Oops. Sorry, camera. If I put that arm in first... Oh gosh. That doesn't look right. That does. So... she's supposed to be resting it. Her hand's upside down. Is that the problem here? Caught it in my lap. This doesn't fit snugly like a bug. No, it does not. Okay. So, her thumb is there. And if you're holding a book, you'd hold it like that. Oh, Tidders, that's okay, friend. If there's anything that I can do, you let me know, okay? Big virtual hugs, friend. I mean, the nice thing about me having followers only chat on is that you don't have to be present all the time for super mod duties. You can relax a little bit. And I do like that because you work very hard on my streams and I really appreciate that. But it's good to be able to rest and actually, you know, sit and enjoy the streams sometime. You know? And now is definitely that time. You just relax, friend. Ah, the retail therapy. Yep, I get you. Oh, that was an unfortunate time for that track to come on. Because I wanted to join in then. And that would have been very inappropriate considering the conversation I'm having. I don't know what to do about the arms. This is going to be... I'll probably attach the arms off stream just because it'll be easier and I can get closer to the miniature that way. But I'm really struggling with how they're supposed to go on. I'll have to find the art card, I guess. There is a magnet attached to my cutting board and my my stand is magnetized. It got a little too close to the magnet and went nuts. And that scared the crap out of me because I forgot for a second that it was magnetized. 7-hour stream yesterday. 4 or 5 hours today. So much eye strain. Oh, Hans, yeah, you take care, friend. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Oh, I got a little bit of black on her leg. It's alright, that's going to get covered up anyway. See, I feel like that should be kind of like that. Oh, that actually fits nicely. Haha, I think I've sussed it. Right, I'm going to put her over there and paint the back of the book. And we're getting close to ending time, so... And Slow's still not 100%, so I do want to go and make sure he's okay. As much as I could quite happily sit here and paint all night. Especially as thanks to the bank holiday. I only have one more day at work this week. Tomorrow is basically my Friday. Oh yeah. Will do, Modhail. He's feeling much better than he did. Like he's gotten over the side effects of the vaccine, but he has very, very bad hay fever. And because it's been really sunny and nice and warm the last couple of days, everybody has been out in their garden mowing their lawns. So the air is just full of grass and pollen and all that horrible shit. And bless him, his eyes have puffed up really badly. He looks like Rocky Balboa. Right. That's base coated now. Indeed, Modho. I mean, I need to mow our lawn at some point because it's not been mowed since about this time last year. And well, that's not really a viable situation. Hey, a mum squig. How you doing? Thank you very much for the chocolate cake. I ate it. Only one piece though. I'm saving the other piece for after tea. Okay, so here's a question for you all, chat. What colour should I do the book cover? I mean, I'm doing the accents gold. It was lovely, Mum Squig. Burgundy. Okay. Because I was thinking either black and gold. Ooh, that could be quite nice as a bit of balance with the rest of her, actually. Burgundy, red, black and gold. Ooh, decisions. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Tidders. Because I was originally thinking of just doing it as like a leather-bound book. But then I thought I could do green leather, I could do burgundy leather, I could do purple leather. Can basically do any colour I like. Got a couple of votes for burgundy now. I think what I might do is I might go for... I mean, your guitar looks fucking gorgeous, Tidders. What I might do then is go back to the Doomball Brown that I used for her hair, mix it with some of the red that I've got there, and make sort of a deep, rich red. So a burgundy, but not necessarily as burgundy as it would normally be, if you see what I mean. Whoa, with a green cape. And it'll match her hair. Daft as that may sound. Oh dear, it's got stuck again. This Doomball does not like being in a dropper bottle. Just give it a little poke on camera there. There we go. Out it comes. I'm going to have to put some more Liquitex in this, I think. There we go. Nick loved his day, did he? So, Mum Squig's colleague of, you'll have to tell me how many years, Mum Squig, I can't fucking remember. It's been a long time. But Mum Squig's colleague of many years retired today. And they had a little retirement party for him at the hospital. And Mum Squig got a catheter, because that's 15 years, there you go. Mum Squig got a catheter because that's what her and her colleague Nick did together. And painted it gold. And framed it for him. So he's got something to remember the department by, for want of a better description. Right. Okay. Fingers crossed this works out. So I'm just going to go in with the Doomball to begin with. And then I'm going to put a layer of the red and Doom Ball together over the top, and then I'm gonna add some white into that and then put some bits on it so it looks like it's a bit scuffed up. That's the plan anyway. That was the detail brush for the record. I'm switching back down to the insane detail for the rest of the front cover so that I can avoid getting the little rings. So I want to get in there. Okie doke, Dammy. And then we'll do the bookmark, I think, either black or green. Or maybe gold, actually. Because you do get gold bookmarks sometimes. Oh, bless Mardale, that's adorable. How old is your son? I mean, I find that song very funny, but I would. "17. Bless him. That's a level of whiplash that he clearly wasn't expecting. Kind of love it. Has he ever seen Bottom? What am I doing amongst the elders? How old are you, Eagle? If you don't mind me asking, of course. "23. Oh, bloody hell. You know, I love the fact that there is such a wide variety of ages in the stream chat. I mean, one, because we can learn stuff from each other, which is wicked. But also, like, it kind of shows how something like mini painting can bring people together. That's fair, Eagle. I'm gonna switch back to the detail brush now for the back cover, because the back cover's very plain. Big area. My brush is a bit grumpy. There we go. Better. when it comes to streamer ages, if you'd have asked me a year ago, I would have assumed that most of the people that I watched or that were streaming were younger than me. But it's quite a spread these days. Especially since the pandemic, it feels like a lot of folks that wouldn't have been streaming previously are now getting into it. And that's great. I mean, in some ways. Obviously, it makes it more difficult for folks that are trying to make a living off of streaming. But so I'm deliberately being kind of messy with the application of the like more red layer, because I want this to feel sort of like a book that's had a lot of use out of it, so its cover's not necessarily been looked after all that well. So there's going to be some bits of it where the treatment that's been put on to make it colourful leather is not as well adhered, I guess is the best way to describe what I'm trying to say. So that's that. And then I want the Psycho. And I want some of the ruddy colour and a little bit of white. There we go. It's better. And we've got some creases and stuff here that I'm just gonna essentially pick out with this whitened up version. I'm going to go back over the whole thing at the end with, well, not the whole thing, but the relevant areas at the end with the gold. So I don't really mind so much if I get it on there. But and where these loops are, I want that leather to look particularly stressed, so I'm putting more of the pale there. And let's have some damage on the spine as well. I mean, we may not even see some of this stuff, but like I said before, I'll know. And anyone that's watched the stream will know. And I can't have that. So you probably can't see it particularly clearly on stream, but we've got that sort of tattered look now. This book has not been looked after particularly well. Whether that's the Archivist's fault or whether somebody else has done this to it is up for debate, I guess. Okie doke, Tidders. Hope everything's okay. There we go. Yeah, I think that's alright. Oh, actually, because this is a fancy book, going to do the pages with gold trims. And these may seem like daft little things to be doing, but I wouldn't feel right if I didn't paint it all, you know? Even if it's not the best paint job. I think I'll put a little bit of the flesh wash over the top of it all as well. So it's got sort of a look of, maybe not dirtiness, but like a bit dark, a bit faded. Well read, I guess. Welcome back, Tidders. No one's ever seen a new book in a fantasy setting. That's very true. But they're always ancient tomes, aren't they? Maybe that's something someone could do for a roleplay campaign sometime. Like, where did the ancient tomes come from? Somebody had to have written them. Why did they write them? Was it some brave adventurer, or a wizard who was relatively unknown until they wrote the book, and then all of a sudden everybody knew their name and they were like the greatest wizard ever, or something like that? Or perhaps they wrote it and nobody knew who they were, and then, oh, punching the camera, and they faded into obscurity, and then somebody found the book many, many years later and was just like, wow, this is the best thing ever. This person that wrote this is amazing. They must have been like a celebrity or something. You know? So many ways it could go. So much fun as a DM to be had there. Here, have this old magic book, it's only a week old. Yeah, all that. What on earth is this? I've actually chipped some of the paint off, but I think that works quite well because it looks like the book's damaged. It's not the most horny they made. Wow. Okay, I've got one last thing to do on the book. There we go. Small but important feature. Yep, there we go. Uno magic book. I've still got to paint her hand and her sleeve, which is going to need another coat of paint because I've taken it off. But if I bring her back. Tweezer time again. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Oof. Yeah, thanks, folks. Right, I'm 20 minutes past the time I was supposed to finish. But Slow hasn't come upstairs and told me off yet, so I don't think I'm in too much trouble. Probably. But I shouldn't leave it too much longer. So I will finish her off next week. Because next week it will literally just be painting her arms and sticking them on. Thank you for letting me know, Rocket. There is a possibility that we will be raiding someone else today, though, as I was informed before the stream that there is a charity stream for mermaids going on today. I'm just checking. Yep, it's still going. So we're going to raid. If I can get my Discord back up so I can actually see. There we go. We're going to raid Abby the trans girl, who is playing Jackbox party games, by the looks of things, for Transgender Day of Visibility. Mermaids is a charity for trans and non-binary folks, Dammy. Okay. And also, Tillis is a good egg. She does absolutely fantastic work on my streams. Her own streams are bloody amazing too. So, you know, if you got a bit of spare change, ! Tip goth. Not actually mermaids, no, Dammy. But yes, so I think, yeah, okay, I have spelt that right. And Discord can bugger off. Okay. Fingers crossed this works. Beautiful. Okay. Right. Massive thank you to everyone for coming along today. It's been fab to have you here. I think we've made really good progress on the miniature. I'm looking forward to finishing her next week. So we're going to raid Abby the trans girl, who is doing a charity stream for mermaids. So yeah, thank you everyone that donates, everyone that subscribes, everyone that follows. everyone that signal boosts, everyone that just comes along and has a chat, everyone that comes along and lurks. I really do appreciate it. It's great to have you all here. And I hope you have as much fun as I do on these streams. I really do. I will be back on Friday playing Narita Boy. Fuck yes! I'm not excited at all, honest. But yes. Until then, I hope you lovely folks will take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And go and enjoy Abby's charity stream for mermaids. Oh, and happy Transgender Day of Visibility, everybody. Bye-bye.